Hey guys, got an important message for you, particularly with the EHV outbreak. And so today I'm going to tell you the 3 things that I do to kind of keep my horses safe and from catching anything communicable while I'm traveling. Hope this tip helps. I spend somewhere between 6 and 9 months on the road. I normally travel 15,000, 20,000 miles, something like that, a year, and generally have between 2 and 4 horses with me. I've been very blessed and fortunate not to have any infectious outbreaks with my horses, and so that's been very fortunate. I've have some things that I normally do to protocols that I follow to kind of help do that, and so I'm going to share theirs with you today. Hopefully they help. Yeah. So the first thing is I try to keep a balance between having everything sterile and then everything inviting trouble by having too much dirt and germs and bacteria. So I can tell you my horses are outside most of the time. They live in a pasture. I have a stock tank out there. That thing does not get bleached once a week. Okay, there's some algae in it. Yeah, it's a stock tank. Like I say, I don't do a whole bunch to keep my horses in a plastic bubble. All right, I want their immune system to be healthy, and there's a balance there. Find that balance. Talk to your vet about it. I want my horses to be in a fairly natural environment, so they're out with their buddies. Yeah, do with that what you will. Like say, I have mine. I know some people, they clean and wash their buckets every day. I do not do that. All right. So yeah, that's figure out what the best situation for you is. I travel a lot, so I normally keep my vaccinations up. Mostly because I travel and because I'm introduced into a lot of different situations, and I want to keep my horses from, if you don't travel as much, probably not as quite of a big a deal for you. Second of all, don't transport germs from one area to another. When you're traveling, if you are going somewhere where there's going to be a lot of horses, you're going to be stalling somewhere where you don't know what kind of horses were in there before. Good thing to disinfect your stall before you're there. So what I do is there's lots of different things you can use to disinfect. I use a product called Symbiont. I carry a spray bottle, and I carry a pump up sprayer, same stuff, and then it comes in a gallon jug, and normally I don't use a gallon of it very often, right? It's pretty potent. It's a concentrate. So I carry a little dispensing bottle. So you can put 1/2 ounce or 1 ounce, and figure out what amount of stuff you're going to be mixing up to disinfect whatever you need. That's what I use. You can use bleach water. You can use, there's several different stuff. In fact, when I was starting colts, a lot of times they would get a girth itch, and I'd spray their cinches down with mouthwash, and it's got alcohol in it and kills that fungus. So, good things to use. Like I say, if I'm traveling somewhere, I'm also pretty particular on where I put my horses. I don't like putting my horses right next to a bunch of other horses that I don't know, so that I don't want them sniffing each other over the fence. And then if I'm traveling, I don't stop at sale barns and places where there's a lot of traveling horses coming through. I'm kind of particular on where I overnight and where I keep my horses. And then the third thing is no kissing. So horses are social animals, and they like to get acquainted with the horses that are around them. And my horses have their herd, and that's the ones that they get socially interacted with. I do not let my horse go sniff other horses and that are in a clinic situation or at a competition or whatever. That's not what I let my horse do. So I think it's important that they all have some social interaction, and a horse by himself is not going to be very happy. But my horses are kept in a herd, and those are the ones that get socially interacted with. So I don't let my horse go sniff your horse at a clinic, and I also don't let somebody else just come up and sniff my horse. I'll turn my horse away and not just keeps my horse from catching anything. And then also same thing with yours. I don't know. I don't want to give, if my horse has a cold or something, or like I say, mine's got a fairly good immune system. He may be had something and hasn't caught it, or his immune system is fighting it off, and so it's not bothering him. He doesn't show any symptoms, and I don't want your horse to catch anything. So that's just my kind of general rule. Anyway, hope this tip helps. Like I say, we're going to find out in the next couple weeks whether this outbreak gets worse or better, and hopefully gets better, and in a couple weeks we're all back to normal. So remember, in the future, everybody do your part to kind of keep that from happening. Catch you guys later.